Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Touken Ranbu's podcast. I am your host, Marissa, and with me today I have, of course, Jessie.
Hello.
And Sarah.
Hi.
Currently dying out in the below freezing temperatures that we just got blowing through.
Yay.
We'll make this quick so she can go in and be happy. So let's just start off real quick with some community feedback that we got. Jessie, do you want to start us off with that?
Sure thing. So I did a poll this month. It was a very interesting poll. It was inspired by the ever elusive sister of mine who has an absolute love for the actor Asuma Kosuke. If you don't know who that is, he is a precious human being who has been in many things and he's very talented. And I asked if you could choose what sword he would be from these 4 swords, who would you choose him to play? And the options were Chiyogane Maru, Shizuka Gata Naginata, Kikko Sadamune, Koryu Kagemitsu. Kiyomi, my sister, personally insisted on Chiyogane Maru because he would be a very perfect ocean bab. But surprisingly, not really to me at least, but to her dismay, I believe she was the only one to vote for Chiyo.
I was a little confused when you put that up. I was like, why Chiyo? And then I kind of figured out based off the fact that this definitely is a Cammy question. And she loved Asuma Kosuke and Chiyogane Maru. So
We watched this movie with him in it where he played the character he was a monkey. His character was a monkey. And he was very, very precious and cute and did a great job portraying this very fun character that didn't really know what was going on most of the time, but he was nerdy in his own way. And then she could only picture him as being Chiyo because she sees Chiyo in a certain way. And she was very excited. After giving it some further thought and looking at the sword book and who we had not casted yet, I and Lexi came up with the other 3 because I also think he would make a very, very wonderful Koryu. Not that I'm biased or
I
would
Not at
biased.
all.
Not at all. Your sister and you are totally not biased by your favorites.
Never.
No.
But we also decided on Shizuka and Kiko, and we had also considered Shishio, but decisions are hard, limiting to 4. The winner, though, surprised me with Shizuka Gata Naginata, and that was really cool. I think he'd do a really good Shizu, to be honest. He's tall, he got the sass for it. He could also easily turn into a crybaby, so, you know.
He really could. Also, I can see him definitely as Kiko, which I'm pretty certain was, I think, the second one?
Yep. Kiko came in second.
Because of just him being able to be a bit of a flirtatious dum-dum at times, but at the same time could easily play off Mokun.
Yeah.
That would be terrifying and hilarious, though.
It's just another reason I can see him as Shizuka, because he can play off Haru-chan very well as Tomoe, so...
But that was very fun. Great. Thanks for participating in that.
I think our next... I was thinking of this, but it came a little too late, because we had to record this, but I think next is going to be not a poll, but I think it's just going to be a post. I thought of this. Jesse, you can completely veto it if not. Or have you post some of your fun little AR photos of your boys. That'd be a lot of fun to see those.
Share those with us.
Yes.
If you don't know what we're talking about, hang in there because we're going to talk about that more shortly.
Ayo! We got a lot of game updates.
Yeah.
Goodness, did we?
That's what happens when you have the anniversary event right after the New Year's. And now
January 2020, the month that DMM and Nitro Plus have negative chill.
we're in.
Ugh.
And then we have so much chill for a while. Well, we had a little blip because of Pocket in March, but after that, it's just going until summer ramps back up. But that is a good segue to get into the game updates. So, for those of you who, I don't know how you missed it because they forced you to watch it, but there is a new game opening and it is beautiful and it includes every single new sword up to our new blade, Sanchomo. And I'm pretty certain, it's been a while since I've actually really watched through it, but they showed blips and of just kind of like bottom half feeties of some other swords, I think, that were in a bit of a black and white. I was at lunch when I saw the opening and kind of freaked out as it passed me by, and I was like, wait, go back. Go back. There's no go back button, dang it. There's no pause on this. I can't pause it. So, was I hallucinating? I have no idea. Did you guys catch that?
The opening. I know that they also had to re-release it because there were a couple glitches, apparently. So I'm not sure if that was one of them. I never actually saw what you were talking about. So I'm not really sure. But I'm also really bad at like catching things, especially when they're super fast.
And it
I
does
heard
move
that.
very fast.
Yeah. I don't know if I saw that. I think the closest thing I saw was the Kiwame starter sword effect area thing, where they
Yes.
did a weird, let's see how many colors we can do these boys in.
Yeah, that wasn't it. It was, I don't know. I'll have to go watch it again. And if I don't see it, I'll be like, they might have taken that out because they're like, oh, that was too early. But they did say that they already have most, if not all, the swords lined up for this year.
Did they?
I think they mentioned that they have more because they showed us the silhouette of a brand new sword we don't know anything about, but it's going to be revealed in March.
Right.
We'll get to that in a bit because I have an interesting theory about that when we get to the upcoming updates.
At the 5th anniversary talk show event that I actually got to see. If you want me to talk about that, I can. It was absolutely fast.
We can talk about that maybe in upcoming updates because that's a lot of upcoming stuff, or at least behind the blade, because a lot more of it was other stuff that wasn't just game related. They
released a lot of things that were like at the time upcoming that are now implemented, and they even did a whole Touken Ranbu up to now, Touken Ranbu in the now, and then Touken Ranbu from now on. It was a really cool.
It's like the D23 panel of Marvel, just this is where we have in the future. It's like, yes! But we can touch on that in their respective sections, because I know there was a lot of game stuff and anime stuff. So talk about that.
Like, I know they showed the opening there, and the voice actors that were watching it, they were very impressed. Like, because it was a few of the starter sword, Kyo, Mutsu, and Hachiska, and then Nagitone was also there. So they were watching it, and they're like, "That's our Kiwame forms." It was really cute.
That's so sweet. But speaking of other outfit form things, and the starter swords, Jessie just got smacked in the middle of the month of January because DMM decided, hey, you know what? You know how we've been releasing these casual outfits towards the end of the month? Well, it's the anniversary, so here's all your starter swords.
Yes. Fully attack. Fully attack.
I have
They're
to
so
admit,
cute.
I love Kashyu's.
Kashyu's is so pretty.
I love that you
And
can toggle Mamba's cape on and off. That's the only thing that I was like dying over during that part.
Yeah. It's actually funnier to toggle Bami's hair off.
yeah.
Not Bami. Yeah, Zuo. Because Bami's hair is about the
and
same.
Zero.
Zuo.
No, they
especially,
both do.
but
they both do
especially
it
Zuo, because Zuo just massive ponytail.
But can we also appreciate the Kunihiro pinstripes?
Yes.
You
They
have
all
no escape.
have the pinstripes. All
Oh.
brothers.
I love it. They're
I-
so adorable.
I don't think Butan has the pinstripes on his though. I think his is more like his is a little different, but I think it might be somewhere on there. I do know at least Horikawa and Mamba have the Kunihiro pinstripes, so yay!
And on that, because that was also released in the event, Hachisuka's actor, his voice actor, was like, "We're not gonna get ours anytime soon. We just got our Kiwame forms." He was talking with Kyo's voice actor.
Oh,
Then they released it, and they're like, "Never mind." But then he was also like, "This is great. This is great. Now all of the Kotetsus have them, except why this order? Excuse me.
it's a
Why is
weird order
Nagasone always first?"
because he's in the
He's-
Uchi crew.
He was just like, can we fix this order? But
Though to be
no.
honest, like their casual outfit order doesn't make much sense.
It really doesn't. But you
There's
know,
some
whatever, dear
clumping.
man.
This one just threw me off. I was like, okay,
Yep.
that's a weird one. Well, we'll talk about them there towards the end, or we can just say it. They just released a couple days ago the casual outfits for Naki Gitsune, Tomoe Gata Naginata, Mori Toshiro, Hyuga Masamune, and Shizuka Gata Naginata. I get Tomoe and Shizuka this early, and with two baby Tontos and a Naki? Okay.
Yep.
No, I love Naki Gitsune's outfit. Beautiful. I love the patterning on it. Also, can we talk about Shizuka's chest?
Yeah,
Excuse me, sir.
I love how the poor like of Token Discord, like the main one, it's just like
Yes.
all you see are the comments about his chest when it was released.
Yep.
He
There
needs
was no
blanket.
chill.
Just wrap that stole a little tighter around him, please.
No. He's not going to. I'm not going to be surprised if like Iwatoshi comes out and his isn't even like on his top. Like he's just sloughed it off.
I
Because he
mean,
wears a yukata for his normal like internal affairs, and he's showing so much chest. Might as well just say YOLO. I don't know. Yeah, these releases are a little weird, but you can go ahead and already buy them. They're really pretty. Hyuga's cute. Hyuga's really cute.
Hyuga's precious. But
Yes.
I was just thriving because, I thought I was gonna be attacked again. Nope.
Sarah was.
Yep. I am 50k Koban lighter. I have no shame. I opened it as soon as I got up that morning and bought it, and he was my secretary since. And yes, and then I changed him only recently for reasons, but that's some other reason. But yes, he
Event
enjoyed
reasons.
it. Well, not event reasons, as it's almost my center of Saniwa anniversary, so
Yes,
switching
it
through.
is.
Woo.
It's also your third year, isn't it?
Almost.
Mine was back at the end of December.
Yeah. And then you drug me into this lovely hell that we love.
Slowly but surely.
I'm just over here floating until
May.
end of April?
End
Start
of
of May?
Start of May.
When
You
did I-
you
Oh.
downloaded the game a little bit before you actually finished graduation. You're like, let me at least just get it. And I'm like, huh? But I'm not gonna start playing it until I'm done. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But I hung in there.
You did. You resisted hard.
Anyway, happy anniversary, guys. Y'all made it this far.
We did. And to go along with those beautiful casual outfits that you got, you can now take pictures with your boys on your phone. An AR feature. It is super cute, and there have been some really funny ones. I love Jesse's going shopping with Shoku and Azuki and Kase. tiny Kase.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But my favorite, I think, is Chogi standing by the stop sign.
You would.
And he's blocking out the sign behind him, so all it says is me, and then just stop. Just stop. Yeah, it's really beautiful. The feature is called Otomo in the game. It's all in kanji, which is standard for token, but Otomo means with you or just together. And I thought that was just super cute because then you tap it and it's a whole new screen and he's just standing there and you've got a clock. So you can just stand there or have your phone on the side so you can see the time and your battery, but also your secretary.
And you can have up to, is it just three different swords on the screen that you can take pictures with and adjust them around.
Yep. When you click on the camera button, you can go into the options and select 2 companion swords to go with your secretary. You can choose if they're going to be in their citadel at rest pose, if they're going to be in their battle pose, or if they're going to be in their uchiban, in their internal affairs outfit, or their light outfits. So you can choose any of those. They all have to match though, so you can't be like one's at rest and one's fighting behind him.
I'm really happy with this function because I've seen some people like Mary do some really cute things.
Sarah's got some really fun ones too, with comparing like sizes and then just protective boys. It's a fantastic feature. Some people have a lot of fun and time to go and play with these things.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this, honestly. A lot of it initially just started with me playing with all of the good boys that are my kids. But then I started getting to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm bad at visualizing. How tall are these babs compared to each other? So I just kind of start stacking them. And I don't know if anyone else has played with it yet, but you should really stack the bird blades. They're fun. So, like, you've got Sada, who I kind of just played with the Datigumi, I think, first. Were probably the ones I started with on the stacking. So, like, also, like, Kara's proportions are not normal. So, good luck if you've got him to work right. But, like, if you have Suru, Shoku, and Sada, it's really cute. But then I like, you know, Suru's a very small crane. What do the other birds look like? So then you've got like Big Floof, wow, Koga. They're one and the same now, wow.
Big Floof Koga.
Yeah, with his hair going out. All of the birds, and then you've got Ugui, Sumaru, and Suru, and you're just kind of like, how can you get such different than Tachi? I know that, but they're all in such different sizes. It's adorable and hilarious. But then there's also just other cutes that you can do. Like, I greatly enjoy doing Yogane Maru with Cha-Cha.
Aww.
Because Cha-Cha's apparently at the right height to literally just hold Chiyogane's hand and walk around.
Oh, that's so sweet. If someone lives by the beach, please take an AR picture of these two. Please.
It's needed, please.
Why
Like,
didn't
my
I
heart
do
needs
that the other week?
it. You got distracted.
I was at the coast. I was napping. That's what it was.
That's all right.
Dishonor on you, dishonor your cow, but it's okay. That's not like the first time I've said that today at all.
Oh, shut it.
They are really cute and adorable, especially when it's snowing and you play with them outside.
Like
I actually
today.
Exactly! And I had dropped one the day we had the first bit of snow in our Discord, and it was just like, this is 10 minutes before they get yelled to come in and actually put on real clothes. So, save them! I love the AR feature. It's really nice when you're stuck at like a tire place getting your car checked and everything, and you're just kind of sitting there, so you'll just like pull up the AR to play with. The car place that we go to has black and white checkered floors. Juzumaru gets very confused when there.
I haven't played with it much. I know a lot of AR functions for things like Pokemon and stuff. Like, I had to turn it off because it's really difficult and it drains your battery. Do you notice it draining your battery more when you're playing with the AR, or no more than when you would just tap through the game?
I don't think I'm one to ask that because my battery is operating at 66% of its initial form.
Okay, yeah, true.
So someone else can get back to us on that.
Jesse, do you notice it?
A little bit, but it's like you go in and it's accessing your camera too. So it just depends on how much you're using the camera function. If you're just taking a few pictures at a time, then you're not going to notice it draining much. But if you're going to sit there and play with it for like a 45 minutes to an hour, you're going to notice a drop in your battery. Cami also found out about this feature through a fun picture I sent her of the Go brothers. She got very mad at me the next day because she started taking pictures of Mikazuki by the harbor.
Okay,
She's in
Cami
such
also
denial.
She's in such denial. Actually, I don't think she still denies it. She was denying it yesterday. But she has a very, very old phone. And her battery, it will kill her battery. But she still really likes to take pictures on it because she then proceeded to take pictures with Mutsunokami. When she took the pictures of Mikazuki, though, she got around the changing the secretary by just shrinking Mutsunokami and putting Mika in front of him.
Oh, that's actually kind of smart.
Yeah,
because I noticed
so
like
if you
your
don't
secretary has to be in the picture.
Yeah, so if you don't want to change your secretary, but you want a picture of just one blade, you can shrink just one character. And you can either put them off in the distance, or you can just put them behind, because it does a fun layering thing, so you can choose who's in front, which is also really fun. I think I took a couple pictures of the Miike brothers. So it's got Sohaya in front of Odenta at first, and then the next picture had Odenta just like swooping in front of him, and it was a lot of fun.
I think I did that with the Tosa trio because their battle poses are fun to play with.
But definitely share those with us. I like your idea about putting that on Twitter, just everywhere that we have a thing. Well, share your AR pictures with us.
Yep, that'll be a lot of fun. One of the things, because we will easily talk about all of these swords, I'm pretty certain if you don't have a sword or a certain version of the sword, you cannot take pictures with them. If it's been unlocked in your like sword book thing, then you will have access to it. Because I cannot access a certain fluffy sword, which I might as well not skip it and just be done with it at this point. So
pet.
There.
Because even though the anniversary gave us so many wonderful things with the AR feature, and a bunch of campaigns all throughout the month. They also decided to tempt us again and dangle Hakusan Yoshimitsu in front of our faces. I did not get him for my birthday, and I am very sad. I had, I think, over 200,000 resources or so. Had 20 plus things of Ofuda and didn't get him. Though I didn't waste all my resources. Like this time I was at least kind of putting a mild cap on like my highest resource. I will not go below 50,000, or it was like my lowest or my highest. I can't really remember. I was going to cap myself at 50,000 at minimum. Like I will not drop below 50,000 resources on things because I don't want to just run myself into the ground. And I didn't get him. And I just acquiesced at that point. I was like, I'm just never gonna get him, and it sucks. So,
At least maybe by next year he'll be in the seal exchange.
There's a very good chance he'll be in the seal exchange next.
Isn't there another seal exchange like midway through the year, or am I hallucinating?
I'm temporally challenged. I don't know.
Unless
I
don't remember.
I feel like there's something, but I don't know if we could exchange for swords. Because I don't think so.
I know that at least there's
don't...
always one around New Year's. With the New Year login, you would get a seal every single day. But I swear, unless I'm just the years go by so quickly, that there's another chance. Unless that was like early on in the first year they did the seal exchange, they're like, here's 2 seal exchanges, and it's like, yes. But
remember.
I really don't. Next seal exchange, he will be mine. Because if there's another sword that comes out that's in a smithing campaign, sorry, you must step aside because Hakusan has waited long enough to come home. But that happened. I know that Mary got it, and I was like, yay, people got it. Where's mine? Gabe? Pierre? Sir?
If it makes you feel any better, I didn't get him. I think Pierre's mad at me.
Anyone need a Mika?
I could use another Mika or two.
I will happily, like, if you let me touch your smith, apparently I can smith Mikas. My Mika's been Ranbu level 5 for almost a whole year, I think.
Oof.
Please, someone take Mika away from me. I'm tired of seeing him. He is not who I'm smithing for, despite what Pierre seems to think.
He knows you love the Moon. He's giving you a break from Shishio, kind of. And
I really wish you could see the expression range my face went through at that.
I can kind of picture it. Speaking of people who did get Hakusan though, Mutsuno Kami's musical actor, Tamura Shin, managed to smith him, and he now has the complete, and he was able to get Sanchomo in the last event, so he now has all of his swords. He's now just got to work on Kiwame.
No.
Nice.
He is still baby Saniwa, but he has all the swords, and he is very happy.
But there was some special rewards for all of us for login, anniversary login. I think it was only a couple of days, and you just had to log in between the 14th and the 4th of January and the 4th of February. You got a bunch of stuff. And while seasoned people got a good amount of stuff, I will say, there was a new player register reward thing that if new players that join the game between the 14th and the 31st got like almost 100,000 in resources of every single type, which is absurd. and a little
Yeah.
just
To be fair, it is very daunting to join a game that's come so far in 5 years and to see all of the things that you can do, but to also need so many things to start out or to get going. From my experience joining another game that's that far along, and there's so many things you can do, but if you don't really know what you're doing and how to get all the things, it you kind of lose the desire to play after a while. So I appreciate them reaching out to give new players that extra boost. I think that's really cool.
I can see that, but I also know the urge to smith slash any gotcha, which this is honestly, if we're being blunt, it's just a gotcha, more or less.
yeah.
All of those resources, you're like, okay, smiths all of them at once. Because you're like, I want all of these pretty shiny new babies. And then you have no resources for when new things happen. So,
Yeah.
good luck if you did that. Which, look on the bright side, you're not alone because that happens in 1,012 different games. It feels like. I am guilty of that with another game I just downloaded. So, it's both good and bad that they did that.
A lot of traditional gacha games have like 2 resources for things. Token, well, they have like a special thing like jewels or something for your summon, like your gacha pulls and things. Well, Token uses resources for both smithing and for repairing. So, yeah. Thing that makes you summon swords is also the thing that you need to heal them. And if you can't do that, you can't run maps. So, well,
You're up a creek without a paddle.
pretty much. Speaking of getting swords, well, you didn't have to struggle too hard to get certain swords because the Seal Exchange Corner it will be closed on the 12th of February. So, probably around the time I release this podcast, it will have closed. But we had the Seal Exchange Corner. You collected those seals during the New Year's event, not anniversary. We just had anniversary. And you can select pretty much any of the swords except the swords that came out this past year, from Hakusan all the way down to Sanchomo. I was debating if I just wanted to throw all of it at Koban, and then I decided I'm gonna buy me a Nene, and then I moved on and bought nothing but Koban afterwards. So,
Yeah. I think I said they got me another Daihanya. Just because, like, and I only had one copy of him, and I really wanted to Ranbu him. So I think I got another Hanya. I'm assuming that's what I did, because I remember I was debating between him and Azuki, because we all remember me trying to smith Azuki.
you want
And
some Azukis? I like me some Azuki, and I've almost Rambu'd him out. Would you like some Azuki?
Gimme.
It's like one of the swords that actually likes to come home, and I'm like, thank you. You're one of my favorites. You do love me.
I am very happy he loves you. He does not love me. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure, though, I did get another Daihanya so he could be Ranbu level 2. And then, of course, I did the same with the eating the rest of them at the Koban, because there is never enough Koban with this game now.
Nope.
Remember, it's the days before the outfits came out, and we were just sitting on like 200,000 plus Koban.
What about you, Jessie?
I got another Hanya, so I could Rambu him. If anyone sees a lost colorful dragon, send him my way. He wants Rambu levels too.
I think I've almost maxed your dragon out. he also likes to come home, especially on smithing events. Him and Azuki just are like, oh, Saniwa has left out toilet paper for us? Perfect! Let's come home. Oh, it's not for you. Like throwing Ofuda around the citadel, chanting for Hakusan, and all of a sudden just my Azuki rolls on up again, and it's like, Azuki, don't touch it! What? Koryu comes along. I found this thing! And it's just Fuji Ofuda, and you're like, ah!
I think anytime I use the Ofuda, I end up with Kiko. Because, like, Mika just comes home willy-nilly. I just end up with Kiko, because I'm like, I used the paper, and it's just like, 1:30, okay. Opens it up, like, 2 days later. Kiko.
I will say with the Hakusan event, all the Ofuda that I used gave me at least 3-hour and 20-minute timers. I don't think I got too many, except maybe the mice ones, like the lower ones. I don't think I got too many hour-and-a-half ones. I got a lot of actual, like, rarer swords out of it. So that's another reason why I'm not as peeved, because the last time I did the Hakusan smithing campaign, there was not much Ofuda that I had. And I was just constantly getting the 1.5 hour Uchigatana timers. And this one at least kind of paid off. I was like, okay, cool. I'm just going to use these good boys to Ranbu level. Awesome. I think I maxed out Ugui. Finally.
Yay!
Congrats!
He's one of the rarity 4s that just never wanted to come home, and Sudu was just like, hello, hello, hello. And I'm like, Sudu, go home, bring me other birds.
Surprised yet? You surprised? You surprised? Come on, let me surprise you.
No,
Surprise!
I'm like, Sudu, the surprise would be Ugui. That would be the surprise.
No. The real surprise would be if he brought Ichigo home instead.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's valid. Oh well, he came home a couple times. At least once. At least.
If not, you'll have an event to eventually get him, probably.
I didn't spend mine on Koban. I think I got like 1 or 2 Koban, but I got letter sets so I could even out
That's good.
Kiwame things, because I have currently 13 more to go before I have all the Kiwame forms. But then
You've got this. Oh, but then it's more like 16.
Yeah. That's coming. That's an upcoming update, though. We'll get there shortly.
Ding! All right. So, besides all of these awesome gifts and campaigns and the like, there was a lot of updates along with the AR feature. Another thing was there was new bento lines added for specific swords.
The bento things, I didn't actually use them, and I have regrets because they're gone now. When I was playing with it, my swords didn't need the food. They were all very happy. So I didn't. Yeah, so okay, but they gave them new lines for these special bento boxes. All swords got them, and they maxed. Like last year, we got the red and white daifuku when the Tomu boys performed at the New Year's Eve concert thing, right? And with that, it maxes out their complete stamina. Like they can go from red to completely maxed Sakura Fubu, be completely fine. But the Daifuku only does 1 blade, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Which is why I still have it.
Used mine. Yeah.
Same.
It's just sitting there, because I'm sorry, the regular bento does more because it hits the entire team. Even the Dongo was better because I was like, oh, it gets them to normal.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm just kind of saving it for when an event hits hard, and then Haku-san's finally useful, and I can eat that. The always tired thing.
See, I would use it if I had a Haku-san, but alas.
Sparkles.
That's why I really like the moon, the bun, not Setsubun, but the September one with the moon viewing Dongo.
Yes.
That's a nice event for Haku-san's snack supply. But these bento boxes, they give your entire unit that complete boost.
Oh, no wonder my
That's
swords didn't go as bad. I used them a couple of times. They were really handy because I was trying to level up. Oh gosh, Sanchomo, the new Go Boy, and our two Edo swords from the most recent event. Yeah, it's 4 new swords that I'm trying to level up. Oh boy, they tired out very quickly. Same with Sarah's Ishikiri Maru. He did not like the babysitting.
He does not do well at the babysitting.
No. And then the swords
He
kept getting
tried.
poked, so they got exhausted a lot.
Don't tell Ishii I said this, but when that starts happening, just switch him out for Taratachi, and Taro has no issues with babysitting.
Okay, well, Ishii's a little lower level than Taro because I've used Taro, so I was just trying to give Ishii some love.
I love Ishii so much. He needs to get more sociable and learn how to play with other blades. That's not just Nika.
Maybe he needs to learn to play better with me.
That too. But I think the Sanjo curse has hit them. Yes, but yes, you're training squishy babies. I feel that deeply.
I'm a little sad it did run out. I think that ended on the 4th of February. It was really cool bento. It had like an expiration date that I didn't notice, and I was like, shoot, I've been using regular bento instead of these things. I'm a dum-dum.
That was me. At least you used them.
I wasted I don't think I used about maybe 2 or 3. There was a couple that I didn't get to use. Besides the new voice lines, we also had a lot of game modifications. So many quality of life improvements, which makes me very happy. One of them is the function to edit your teams in the sortie screen. So when you go into fighting, you don't have to go to that. If you want to switch a sword out, you don't have to go to your teammate, like your team tab thing. You can change them out there right before you start. So you can just keep swapping swords out, trying to run the same map and maybe level swords up. I haven't really used it completely yet because of level grind, but it's going to be very helpful, I know. There's apparently a improved expedition start.
Yes! It's so nice. When you go to send out your units on expedition, it tells you, like, it shows you your units, and you can click through to see their stats and everything. But you can also see on the right side, it shows you what type of blade you need, but also, if you have one on your unit, how many you have on your unit, and if you don't have it in your unit, it highlights it red. So you can know, don't send this unit.
It's always had the level, at least. But I don't think it showed that red warning, like, you don't have an Uchigatana, please don't send this team out. I haven't seen that yet because my teams are as they should, because they were I had them set up before. But that's going to be really handy for people that don't speak Japanese and try thinking, I can just throw swords in an expedition.
As someone who fails with tailing the difference between the kanji thingy for the Naginata versus Yari versus the other one, my brain just short-circuited on, it's very helpful because I try to do the long, like 18, 15, and 24 at night. And one of them you need a Naginata for, one of them you need a Yari for. It's very helpful when you're like, oops, I'm on the wrong unit.
Before the update, they did have the option to where you could tap a button and it would show you if you had the swords, like the sword type needed. But if you didn't know what you were looking for, then that button was harder to find. But this is a lot clearer to see. So it's very, very useful, and I'm much appreciative.
Another thing that I know Sarah's definitely super happy about, because she mentioned this before, you now have the ability to use multiple kanpeito at once instead of clicking and waiting.
It's so nice. I nearly had tears when I found that out. I was so happy, y'all. I was so happy. I'm still happy.
Also, we finally have the function to save team comps. So, where's that been? Oh well, I'm happy we finally got it, and I've already saved my super duper team, so I don't have to switch them out.
Yeah, it's super nifty. Then you can go and edit for leveling purposes, or if you need to move a unit, say you need your, like, you want to use your first unit for one of the special missions, but you can't send your first unit, right? You can just save that unit and then scroll over to the second unit and put them there instead. Instant switch and they're good to go.
And you can name them too.
Yeah.
I named mine the OP Tonto crew. Yeah. I don't know what I named my backup team. I think I forgot to name it, but
I think I named mine something about like Kiwi Tontos plus Yasu or Kiwi Smalls plus Yasu. Something along those lines.
I love the plus Yasu at the end.
Yasu likes to babysit my Kiwis for the events. He does very good. That is why he is one of my highest. I have no shame.
no surprise. Again.
Yeah,
So-
I know. Very predictable.
Also, if you've been playing through the regular maps, but not the event map, you might have noticed that there is an adjusted percentage to reaching the boss node, and I think they might have increased it on certain maps because I've been hitting the boss node a little more than usual, which is kind of nice. Also, improved screen settings. I don't know if this is in that brown menu that I rarely touch.
I know when you go to change, like if you're trying to change your secretary's outfit, that menu has changed.
Okay, so that's what they're talking about. So they changed the interfacing for that. So that's all the game modifications that they added in. Also, we implemented the newest Solar Term background campaign. So that will run from January 21st until April 21st. And there was a login present campaign with the Solar Term Spring's Beginning background, which was the background that came out at around this time last year. And for those of you who didn't get it last year, you will then get it for freezies. And the rest of us just get all of the resources, the tasty resources.
Koban. That last day's Koban.
And we are currently in the middle of the Hidden Demon Extermination in the Capital event. So once again, our Setsubun event is ongoing. So the event will end on the 12th because it started on my birthday. So
Oh Lord, so get ready, guys. We got pretty new things coming
yeah,
shortly.
pretty much all of this has already happened by the time this episode drops. So that's pretty much everything. Is there anything else that has happened within your games?
I dropped more money than I should have and actually ended up bringing home Sanjomo.
You did?
Congrats!
I did.
I remember that. You were like, I
yeah.
got him. And I was like, you did it! Look at
Yeah.
you. You dropped money on it.
Yeah. I couldn't I had everyone else and I was just a unit rearrangement. So I caved. Money was spent. But the mountain bird is home and everything as well. Thank you, login event, for the extra clothing ticket so Kyo can sit there matching his silly blue flower.
Well, during the rate up time, I kind of forgot the fact that I sent out Tombo Kiri for Kiwi. Yeah, so I went the other night to rearrange the people I have in the fields who kind of have been in the fields. They've been on the same set of 6 have been on the same chores for, like, a solid 2 weeks now. I just keep hitting the button, which I love the fact you can just they save the people, so you can just hit, like, 2 buttons.
Mm-hmm.
But, I finally realized I should probably be trying to improve scouting for people. So I
Yes.
went in and, went to the butt because, all the Kiwis are just kinda sitting there in the 30-somethings. And there was Kiwi Tombo kinda just chilling, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, you are home. Welcome back. Ah, crab apples. I forgot to awaken you while repairs were free." So that's the
Right.
sadness I'm looking forward to. But yes, so he's Kiwi. His Kiwi is very ridiculous to me. I honestly feel, like, very confused by it sometimes because I'll see it and then I'm just like, "You look like a McDonald's worker went hunting." Um, so yeah, that's a thing. But yes. And also, I used my exchange ticket for Sada's thingy. Little. Yeah.
Aww.
He's cute. And I caved and got Shoku, so he needed his burb. So the only one of the Dategumi I don't have is Kara, and that's because Kara is like dragging his butt somewhere. He's just like, no, I will not get no clothes. No, I'm not going for fittings. No. So yeah. One day.
One day with the Koban, I bought Kane-san's and I used the exchange seal for Tombo. So yes. I'm happy.
They're just being very attack worthy with the outfits lately. It's fine.
They really are. I'm interested to see if they're going to pump like all of the outfits out by like the end of the year. And
We
if
are
they're
halfway through. Just to let you know, I counted.
so yeah, they're gonna get through it really quickly. I'm interested to see what if they're gonna continue pumping out different outfits or are they just gonna end it?
I made a master list of outfits so that I did. I could see which boys I needed to awake, which boys I needed to get into bears outfits for, and who I had or who all had light outfits. There's quite a few. It's really weird though because only of the Awataguchi blades, the only blades that don't have their outfits yet are Ichini, which kind of makes sense, and Gokotai. Why did Modi get his before Gokotai?
Weird. Well, he might come out with Ichini. I guess don't want to put him by himself.
I guess.
Or he might come out with the Kenshin blades, which
We
already
already have
came out.
Azuki and so it'd be
Maybe
Mr. Mountain Bird.
maybe Kitty Kitty and Mountain Bird? Or did Kitty Kitty? No, Kitty Kitty didn't get his.
No, Kitty Kitty didn't get his yet.
Okay,
So maybe with him.
maybe. Or Ichini. Or maybe one of the other Tontos.
Watch that be the week. Watch that be them. It's just we get Ichini, we get Nansen, we get Sanchomo, we get Gokotai, and then we get bonus blade.
Bonus
Probably
random. You're just kind of like, why are you here? You don't even go here.
Well, they have to go somewhere, Sarah. Gosh. I guess that's it for all the other extra fun things that happened that had nothing to do with the event campaign stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll move into upcoming updates. So this update, the first one I'm going to talk about, is an update that will have been implemented around the time of release of this episode. On the 12th of February, we are finally getting the releases of the Naginata Kiwame. All 3 of them are getting the Kiwame. The silhouettes are out, so you might be able to guess what's going on. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot of extra layers happening, apparently.
I don't know who I'm going to send out first.
I already know. I have no doubts.
She's good.
Iwatoshi's the
Tomoe.
only one next for me.
Just for funsies, I might just, because you're sending out Iwatoshi, Jesse, Sarah's sending out Tomoe, I might just send Shizuka just out of spite salt.
You should.
Be gone!
Be gone, thought.
I'm never gonna be living that down, am I?
No.
No. But
At least
yeah.
we can get him in Kiwame form first.
I don't think you're going to be saved, Jesse.
I'm not. Like, I'm already under the bus. Just keep going. Maybe put it in reverse. I'm sure there's more that can...
I'm sure I can think of something.
You don't need to. You really don't need to.
So, we are getting the Naginatas, and they did say that the Tachi Kiwame are in the works right now. We don't
They
have...
are! I'm so excited, and my heart is not ready.
We don't have anything more than that. Like, they're coming.
This is the certain train. This is the rapid Mikata that's apparently not as rapid as we were hoping it was. Just barreling straight towards us, and it's like, we know you're supposed to be here. You're on the schedule. We just don't know when.
Watch, we're just gonna be like, we're gonna be out there standing on the tracks looking for the train to be coming.
Yeah.
And then, boom.
Watch the first Tachiwame be like Kosetsu Samonji.
Okay, no, I have a feeling it's going to be the lower Tachis, like Shishio and Shoku. Like,
I
please.
need that, but that's why I don't think it'll happen.
I think it will, because usually we've gotten like our lower ones first, and our like more common swords. Let's just say that the more common swords first, because they know they need a bit more love than some of the rarer swords, because some of the rarer swords get a lot of love, and they're actually a little more useful sometimes. So, because it got higher stats, but I have a feeling it's going to be like that, because once you get to those rarity 5 swords, it's going to be a little weird, because they're not going to be rarity 6 swords. So, okay.
Or are there?
They're...
I have one more comment on the Kiwame Naginatas. To backtrack just a little bit.
That's fine. Go ahead.
With the teaser for it, saying that they'll be implemented in the game on the 12th, with it, it said, unlock their true power. And I am very concerned.
Well, they all
I'm
have...
not concerned, I'm very intrigued. What is theirs gonna be?
Yeah, because the Odachis got that, like, do ×2 hit thing.
That wham bam.
Yeah,
it
hits hard. I'm curious to see what the Naginatas do, because they already team wipe. Are they going to be the same thing? Were they ×2 and just whack?
I'm kind of thinking, like, just because a lot of the extra abilities are, like, based off of things that the weapon can do, that it's either going to be another blocking ability, because, you know, if you swirl it really fast, that's a really good block shield. Or it could be where you do the swipe against the whole team, and then you go against one independent, like, stab.
Or you could hit it twice.
Yeah.
Hit down and then hit up.
Yeah. So who knows? There's a lot of possibilities, and it's a little scary and exciting.
Yeah. I will probably have to put one on my team. Later events, so... They will be the ultimate babysitters now. They were already the great babysitters. Now they'll be even better.
I'm just so excited to get to use them again for other things than babysitting duty, because they've just kind of been sitting at 99. Like, we're just kind of here. They've been sitting out on the porch with, like, all of the higher level Tachis that are all 99 that they're just like, we cost too much to repair, so we're just sitting here.
Oh god, those repair costs later.
Yup.
They're gonna get worse.
Yeah. Oof.
Nervous laughter. Besides the Tachiwame, we're also, as I mentioned before, they teased a brand new sword that is going to be revealed in March. And I have a theory as to who it is. Because
I have a theory too.
Jesse and I's theory might be the same. Because I'm just gonna say really quickly, and you might agree with me. So at the right before he is supposed to be revealed, we have a smithing campaign beginning of March for Juzumaru Sunetsugu, Mikazuki Munechika, and Odenta. What do those three have in common? They are Tenka Goken. You look at his silhouette that we have. I messaged Sarah and I was like, Sarah, he looks like your murder son from Omyoji, who slayed said murder son. Dojigiri! Please be Dojigiri. I need it.
Please.
Because he's the Tenka Goken. We had the lead up of 3 Tenka Goken smiths. He looks like... Oh gosh, why can't I remember your murder son's name? That's why I just said murder son.
Which one?
Arm.
Ibaraki Doji?
Ibaraki, yes. He said, I'm pretty certain he was, or was it Shuten Doji that this guy killed?
Shuten's the one that gets killed, whose head is removed. But Ibaraki.
I was looking up stuff on the Tenka, and I can't remember if it was Ibaraki or Shuten Doji. Either way, he looks like an Oni kind of thing. So he could also be Onimaru, but I don't think he is because we've never even mentioned the 5th Tenka Goken.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because they might be holding on to Dojigiri for so long because Kanehira constantly yelling.
Well, he's yelled about him for a while.
Yeah.
We got him in the game. Before that, Uguisumaru would constantly talk about Kanehira. We eventually got him in the game. Buzen mentioned Kuwana, and we got him in the game. So I have a feeling it might be him, or it might just be a joke where they're like, we're never going to put him in the game. Because poor Kanehira. But Jesse, is that theory the same as yours, or am I completely different?
No, it's quite the same. I think he'll be a Tenka. I don't know which one. I hadn't theorized so far as to say which one, but I support the Dojigiri theory completely. Our reasonings line up.
Yeah, it's
we'll see.
Probably
March is coming soon. It'll start March 1st. Or like that first week of March. So get your resources ready. It's another smithing campaign extravaganza. My resources are gonna cry, and Pierre hates me. He won't be coming home.
Thankfully, most of these swords are smithable already. Yeah.
I hate smithing events.
Sorry. But yeah, it's either Dojigiri, who's known as the Slayer of Shuten Doji, or Onimaru, whose name means demon. So they both have connections with Oni, but Onimaru is apparently an Awataguchi blade and was owned by the Ashikaga clan.
Huh.
While Dojigiri is Yasuna blade and was owned by Yorimitsu, another Minamoto person, and was potentially killed Shuten Doji. So, I don't know. We have 2 potentials, but it is most likely one of those blades. I don't know.
It's going to be chaos.
It's going to be chaos.
Excited.
And I cannot wait. I'm really happy. We also, later in the month, I think it's going to be very soon after our current event ends, we have the Edo Castle Infiltration Investigation event. Again, we're not finding Singo in the chests, we're finding Daihanya. So Daihanya is going to be the reward for that event. I don't know who the other swords are, but Daihanya is the ultimate. He's the big one at the end. So.
I just love the one comment that comes around every time this event shows up, where it's a team searching for keys, and Sohaya no Tsurugi's on it, and everyone's just dropping their keys in his chest plate. And I love that one so much.
Oh, it is
beautiful.
good for storage.
He's a good portable table child.
He is. Speaking of fashion disasters and fashion things, shall we move on to our merchandise section? I'm going to let Sarah handle that. And
so yeah, we decided to change it up a little from normal because we were finding out different merchandise at weird times.
Yes.
So yes, wonderful Marissa is going to fill in, and I'm mainly reading right now. So first up on our many merchandise that have come out in the past month or so are instant stands. They are a collab with Nippon Kodo of Hizen Tadahiro, Kogitsune Maru, Uguisumaru, Maru, Horikawa Kunihiro, and Taikuganai Setamune.
Yeah,
and this is one Marissa is leading on because I never saw these and I'm very intrigued.
I was interested because I just saw a picture of Hizen with these. They looked like, at first, really cool clear files. I was like, what is this? And then I looked and I was like, oh no, they're little incense stands. And they're circular and it has their crest on it and a little thing so you can put your incense in it. But it's so small, I'm like, your ashes are just gonna fall off of it and not land. But they're still really cute.
But wait, there's more. Next up is more Mochi Mochi long ones. Because if you think Mika's lonely, we now have other friends too to join him and whoever else. There was another one, I think the long Kiza. So now there will be Kashu Kiyomitsu, Yamamagiri Kunihiro, and Kasen Kanesada. Because why not? These things always kill me a little bit just to see the pictures of them. Because you never know what people are going to do with them. But that's just me dying over mochis. Nothing new.
People are so creative and they're fun.
And
you managed to find them.
More of the wonderful line of odd outfits that have been continuing. We now also have a Konosuke hoodie thing.
It's like this really long sweater with a hood and hoodie pockets.
And it's got toe beans on the sleeve.
It does. And a little tail on the butt, on the back.
Oh,
it's adorable. It's really cute. And has his little ears on the hood, but it's not like they don't stick up. They're just kind of the little iron-on stuff, but like the high-quality iron-on.
Ooh, that sounds comfy.
Like the painted iron-on stuff. It looks cute.
I think I remember seeing a picture of that, and I thought, that looks very warm.
Yes, it does.
Could you just imagine someone going on the bus with that, though?
Me.
That would definitely... I can see it more as like somebody wearing it around their house in the winter. Just be like, it's warm and comfy.
Technically, I think it's like an in-room wear in Japan.
I think most of this is in-room because the bedding and the slippers.
Which are apparently Team Sanjo?
Yes.
A small blanket and pillow cover. Because everyone needs more Sanjo in their life.
And Team Sanjo slippers. They have individual slippers with their little faces peeking over them.
I don't even know how to comment on that one.
The art reminds me of like their little Team Sanjo art for the line theme.
Yeah.
Oh.
It might be the same or it might be very similar, but it's like you take that little face and like stick it on the shoe, the top of the slipper, and that's their face.
That's beautiful and terrifying.
It's cute. We just need to get you Ishikiri Maru ones.
Can that be part of my cosplay instead of the flip flop?
Ishi slippers!
Yes.
Just
With
walk
how
around
long your pants are, no one would see them.
Exactly. It would work.
Okay, though your pants weren't as long as Carolina's. Like,
True. We literally, us sitting on the floor pinning her hakama up was an adventure and a half.
it was huge. I was like, she's like, I think I'll be fine. I'm like, you're gonna trip not because you're gonna step on it. Someone else is gonna step on it. Please don't.
Princess Peach was a fun impersonation as Kashu, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
How did I not get pictures of this, guys? Come on.
You were dying.
That doesn't mean that you can't send them. Yeah.
There's a photo somewhere. I know. I think because it was Kaylin as Nansen and I as Ishi were sitting on the floor to our friend Carolina as Kashu pinning up her pants.
Yes. She bought one of the pre-made Kashu outfits, and the top fit her. The pants did not, because Carolina is a small.
So enjoyed that imagery, y'all, of
Mm-hmm.
no, yeah, yes, that was chaos. Anyway, moving on before I get distracted.
We have
I'm
more.
Oh yeah. I'm actually kind of excited about these because I have been watching cosplayers who bought them. There was a collab with Shimamura?
Shimamura.
Thank you. Of Hakusan Yoshimitsu, Shizuka Gata Naginata, and Yamamagiri Choki hoodies. And they also look really warm, and cosplayers give me life. Especially the Shizuka Gata cosplayer I follow on Twitter who had no shame in admitting they went out and bought it as soon as they could.
It's also worth mentioning, actually, the Konosuke hoodie and all of their everything else with that. That's all through Shimamura, and that was a very, very big attack that they actually had to go in and tell people you can only get one of each item.
What?
That's
because one Touken Ranbu person or fan went out and bought out one of the store's collaboration hoodies.
Oh wow.
And it got to the point where it was actually a news article on Yahoo, and one of my teachers who knew that I really liked Touken Ranbu, he was like, "Did you see the collaboration thing with Shimamura?" And I'm like, "I mean, I saw it." He's like, "Did you hear about how they sold out?" I'm like, it doesn't surprise me they sold out, but he's like, "Yeah, one person bought everything." I'm like, oh.
To have that much money.
But then to think, like, yeah, they're probably, they might be getting it for others. They might be stockpiling their own closet. I don't know. But so yeah, if you're trying to find it now, they're only in specific Shimamura stores if you're in Japan. I'm not sure if you can find them online. I tried to look, and my light search didn't find much. But they went on sale on the 18th or 19th of January.
Well, I have no transition for that. So next up is face powder collab for face powder of Yamamagiri Kunihiro and Kashu Kimi. Because why not? Kashu makes sense. Yamamagiri, he's beautiful. He deserves it. That's the only thing I can come up with.
It's also just like the colors, and they're the starter swords. You always see stuff with them. And these are actually really cute. They're little circular compacts with like a face powder and a little mirror on it. And on top of it, it has their crest. Mamba's is his blue, and Kashu, of course, is red.
And because you need something to carry your new face powder compact in, purses. Our lovely group, Super Groupies, has made another collab. So more purses are coming out for Kiwame Mitsunokami, Yamamagiri Kunihiro, Horikawa Kunihiro, and Urashima Kotetsu. Because you need it.
They've been making a lot of stuff based off of these Kiwame forms, and they're so pretty and probably really, really, really expensive.
I wish they weren't as expensive as they are. It's probably a good thing they are because it makes people take a moment and not just be like, "Oh, that's my kid." But all the designs are gorgeous, and I still love it when like one of the actors finds these things, looks back at Shunya seeing the shoes. I did not see this, so I am very confused and intrigued. Friction ballpoint pens, a collab with Sunstar?
Yes. So Japan has a lot of awesome. They call them friction pens. They're pens that you can write with and then use the ball, like the little thing at the end, and it erases it. So it's like a friction erase.
Oh.
And it has black, red, and blue ink. I could tell it had like the tricolors. And I don't know which swords it was because I tried looking at the picture and they were all fanned out. And I zoomed in and I'm like, you're not at high res, so I cannot see. But there's at least a Mamba one. That was the major promotional one. So they look really cool. I love the friction ballpoint pens. I got one while I was in Japan. They're so nice because I don't know why we don't have more over here because I prefer writing in pen because my handwriting looks nicer because I push down really hard on pencils and I use 0.9 lead so it smudges everywhere. But I want to be able to erase it and I don't want to have to scribble my note out or try and use whiteout.
Japan is always on point with their writing utensils.
They are. Them and stationery.
But
US, step up your game, please. Next up is Trifold Wallets, a collab with Koshu Eden. I actually saw these and I kind of died. Sorry, Jesse, for dealing with me when I died, seeing these pretties. Starring Shokudakiri Mitsutada, Mikazuki Munachika. I can't ever say his last name, and I kind of feel sad, but not enough to try and fix it every time. And Kashukimi. All of them are very pretty, and they're very classy looking.
Of course, once again, because Shoku's entire theme and coloration is black, his is so just sleek. Can't go wrong with black stuff.
No. Although you might lose it in a bag, but at least it'll be pretty when you pull it out.
can we get a Shoku collaboration back that's got his like beautiful coattail in print?
Please. I need
Hand inside that.
Yeah, I agree with Sarah. I think we should let Jessie talk about the next one.
Family Mart, one of the convenience stores that is most prominent here in Japan, has been working very closely with Touken Ranbu to produce as much money-grabbing things as they can. Most prominent probably being the bromide thing that they've got going on right now. You can go and bromide in the design of the sword book profile picture thing that says what sword blade type they are, their name, and then their just beautiful profile with their rarity background. Currently, I think as of yesterday, you're now able to go and print out the bromide non-kiwami of all of the blade from Mikazuki Munechika all the way through Sanchomo, and they are sorted in sword book order. They're very, very pretty. I had spent way too much money on myself for them and got some friends and family too, because they are much needed. Other collaborations Family Mart has done included a cup udon and cup soba collaboration with Team Red, which is also Team Fox, and Team Green, Team Tanuki. So we had, if you bought 2 of the cup bowl things, you could get a notebook. And one of the notebooks, just for Team Red, had Kogi, so it was Kitsune Udon. So we got a lovely Fox representative. And then it had Team Red, so it had all of the red boys. And then bonus Hawk-san because Fox. And then with the other one, with the udon one, it was Tanuki Udon. Or Tanuki Soba. which had a notebook with our lovely Tanuki of Doranuki Masakuni. So there was a notebook with just him on it, and then one that was Team Green plus Doranuki. It was a personal attack on me because it had all of the Go Boys up to Matsui, which was unexpected. I was like, Kuwana's there too. There's Buzen. There's okay, yeah. I don't eat these, but we're gonna get these anyway.
Did you get the little journal?
I did. I got the notebook.
Did you get both of them?
No, I just got the one. I just got the one notebook.
Who was on the red one?
Gosh, she was on the red one. But I didn't need 4 things of non-completely edible. I don't like udon. I barely like soba, so...
Shokudai Kiri is exceptionally sad at you right this minute.
You know what? I will eat most of whatever else he would fix. I will gladly enjoy Zunda Mochi. They also did a collaboration with was it Meiji? I think it was Meiji.
Meiji.
Where if you bought 2 goods, then you got a small clear post. And they had 3 different runs of it. But those are long gone by this point. But it was also very cool to see because they came and then they were gone. Even up here in my little small middle of nowhere. They also did I think it starts this week. There's a if you spend 700 yen or more, then you get to pull a Kuji from a bot and you can get bonus tokens. They also did one with the Genji boys for a certain they're like gummies, but they're like protein gummies. I'm not entirely sure. They look like they might not taste very good to me, but the design's cute. So yeah, if you walk into a family, if you're here in Japan for the next bit, the Touken Ranbu love is real. There's also acrylic keychains that just went on sale this past weekend at specific family marts around the...
Are those the ones that have like the special 5th anniversary art on it?
Possibly.
I think I saw those.
Sure. I know that Chiyogane Maru Nansen also have keychains, and Cami is very mad at me because now she's like, every time I go to a family, I'm looking, or every time I see a convenience store, I'm like, why aren't you a family?
Oh.
There's just attacks coming from so many angles, and it's currently in the form of a green, white, and blue. So that's what's happening on the convenience store collaboration. Some of the stores in Tokyo actually got wrapping. Like, so the windows, they have Touken Ranbu covered.
Token everywhere. We just heard news that the Hyuga Masamune and Yamabagiri Chogi Nindroid prototypes have pictures, and I think because one of the conventions or one of like the big like Wonderfest is happening. I think it was Wonderfest.
I'm pretty sure it was Wonderfest. Because at least the hashtag was WF 2020. So
okay, so Wonderfest is going on right now. So we're getting a lot of announcements of good smile figures for Touken Ranbu. So besides these 2, we're probably going to hear more within the next couple, like the next day or so. We will let you know of those at the end of the month because they'll be releasing in a couple of days. I have to admit, the Hyuga one is adorable. He's so tiny and his little hat.
that hat kills me. Like the hat and the hair clips are just like they're like hi.
His eyes, they work so well in that big anime style.
Chogi's also really cool.
There we go. There's a Chogi support.
Nah.
He was there too. Someone had to say something.
We were waiting for it.
Oh,
Like there was awkward silence for a while, so
I wasn't going to. I was just gonna let someone else mention it in passing and then let it go. But no, I see how it is. If I don't mention it, then Chogi doesn't get love. I see how it is. Look at the beautiful Osafune. He's gorgeous, and now you can go find him, and if you have the money, support him, and hopefully others will get love in due time.
Well, he's not a bad Nendoroid. I just felt that Hyuga was just kind of precious because he's a sword that I feel is slightly underrated. Like, I don't really hear too much about him. So
I don't think a lot of people know much about Hyuga. Mr. Let Me Sit in Era date on the second boss. But now they'll get to that in the live. I think he'll be getting more love soon. He's adorable. He deserves more love.
I think that is it for our merchandise section. Thank you, Sarah, for helping me with that.
Eee, that was fun.
So we're going to move on to the Behind the Blades section. It's very short. I'm just going to reiterate really quickly before I hand it off to Jessie that Sana Museum exhibition featuring Shinano, Tomokiri, and Matsui started on the 7th of January and is running through the 17th of February. So it's really close to being done. And in promotion, Konosuke got to visit the city of Mishima and the exhibit, as he does.
On that, I know a couple of people have gone to visit and they're making use of the AR thing. Someone took a picture of Matsui with his three brothers standing by the panel. This is super cute.
Aww, because you can only have 3 in the AR.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, did they like take a picture with them in the exhibit? I'm like, wait a minute, you can't take pictures in sword exhibits, so never mind.
But they did it with the panel. That's a really cool thing. Check that out if you can. But when we had that major talk show thing that I mentioned at the beginning of the recording, they also announced things coming up in various forms of Touken Ranbu. So we did find out, for those of you who have been watching for Katsugeki movie news since Katsugeki ended, however long ago that was, and they said that on the last episode there would be a movie on its way. The movie is on its way. Production has begun. Aniplex is taking care of that. We will be getting more news for that.
So it's passing hands from Ufotable to Aniplex. It's probably one of the reasons why it took so long for the Katsugeki movie, is maybe Ufotable just had so much going on and then had to do negotiations with Aniplex. And then Aniplex had to then take over. Completely different studio.
It's still going to be amazing, though, probably.
Oh, yeah. Aniplex does a really good job, but the animation might change just a wee bit. Like, not the character design, but, like, the animation was going to change for some of the fight scenes, because Ufotable is just has very iconic styles of fight scenes. They like to do a lot of panning shots around while the fight's moving. You notice this if you've seen, like, any of the recent Fate series, like Fate Zero or Fate's Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. They have very similar fight choreography and animation style, and it's beautiful. So Aniplex has its own way of doing things, and they get it done. They do a really darn good job, but you might notice some small differences with studios shifting over. But the quality is going to be pretty much the same, and of course the same voice actors, because you don't change voice actors if they exist across products, typically.
So we got that going on. For all of you Hanamaru fans, we got news that a new project has been announced. We have nothing more on that yet, but just that a new Hanamaru project is in the works.
Is it a movie? Is it a season 3? We don't know. It's something.
Yeah, it's something. I'm excited regardless. My slice of life Hanamaru heart is very excited.
Especially with all the pain the stages give us.
Yeah. I just really hope they get to bring in like some of the new swords since they kind of stuck with the main at that point. So it'll be really nice to see some of the newer ones. Any of the newer ones, because like they did a really good job of incorporating so many new ones in the last season, but Touken keeps growing. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
If anyone's unaware, we have 85 characters. 85 swords.
And I think there was about 70 something at the end of Hanamaru season 2 that were in the series. There's like a good 15 roughly new ones.
So there's an unending, ever-growing pool of characters and stories. So I'm very excited to see what they'll pull out. Something else that happened in real life, we got the Yamanote line in Tokyo that goes in a fabulous circle.
The best line.
Yeah, the whole line, like the trains, they were taken over by Touken.
And it looked beautiful.
Yeah. Inside, they had posters hanging inside. They were decorated on the outside. Maeno, the voice actor for Yamamagiri, ended up taking a picture of it because he happened to be right there at the Mamba bit of the train. He's like, oh.
Wow, that's ironic.
No.
But they were only special trains. I don't think all of the Yamanote line were these trains, so...
You know, because there's a lot of the trains on that line, but several of them, they managed to commandeer several of them.
And they were running around from the 17th of January until the 1st of February. So unfortunately, if you're going to Tokyo soon or in Tokyo currently, you're not going to be able to get on these. But of course, they had to be on the best line in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Jesse and I are totally not biased. You know, we have no ridiculous love of trains. It's just that one line.
It's a beautiful line. Like, you get to see so much from just the Yamanote line. Anyway.
Goes in a circle, so if you go the wrong way, you're not, like, screwed. You just keep going. Yep. It'll take you longer, but you'll get there. And it hits at, like, most major stops, like Ikebukuro, Shinjuku, Shibuya, Akihabara,
Ueno.
East. Ueno. I was like, what's the O1 that's east? Ueno. Yeah. But not, is it, it's a U sound, I know. A lot of the major places. And that is it for Behind the Blade. And we also have a very small live action section, so I'll let Jessie handle that with Sarah.
January saw the end of a couple of both stage and musical current performances. First up, we had the stage performances for Eden Toste 6. Toste 6 finished up. Good boys are now recovering. Some of them actually took trips to go and distance themselves and be like, okay, we're no longer performing. We're okay. We're gonna breathe, and then we'll regroup, and we're good. And it's been really interesting seeing some of them travel to actually go see places where their characters or historical figures, like, were very active. As a still connected but distancing kind of thing. At the end of that, we had the announcement that our next Touken Ranbu stage play is on the way, and it has been confirmed to have Kasen Kanesada as the unit leader. Kasen is the only current confirmed blade for that stage play. More news on that will come in time, as per usual.
So that visual, because they released it rather recently, I believe, not too long at least ago. And just seeing Carson standing there is like a moment of, yay, he's finally getting love again. Because poor Carson has just kind of been chilling for a while, since we only had him as the Higawari sort of thing going on in Jiden.
Yeah.
All these Edens. But since he just did that like 1 to 2 week special thing during that, so he's just like, you went from him being a constant to him not showing up as much. So it's very good that he's going to have a chance. But I'm also very intrigued since he's going to, at that point, be the only starter that's not had his in-game event. Because, yeah, everyone else has had their event so far, and we touch on
Except
it in the
Kashu,
stages.
but
Y-
Kashu
yeah.
doesn't count. He's one of the main boys, and
Yeah.
we've covered a lot of Shinsengumi related stuff. So
Of like the stage starters,
Mhm.
then we'll go with.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting what storyline they go with because, yeah. But at least he looks pretty. He looks a little not as melancholy as you would expect in his visual, which I thought was interesting. He's kind of looking more like he's about to catch a flower petal.
I don't know the right word for his face in that picture. It was very. There seemed to be a bit of a calm about it. I
Yeah,
don't know.
he's a little tranquil in his way.
He's
and
very
it's,
tranquil.
Perhaps
I
the
don't
word you're
trust
looking
it.
for is elegant.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, don't trust it though.
But
I don't trust anything.
Yeah, I don't either. But I have a feeling, like you said, a lot of the stage have been so far. The past 2 stage have followed. Oh, 3. Sorry, 3. Is it 3?
Not
Shoot,
to.
yeah. Because we had the Chogi one, which was Mamba.
Mm-hmm.
We had
And-
Mutsu. Are we getting Hachiska? I don't think we are.
Not
They
yet.
skipped over him.
Yeah, since he's
So-
not a stage baby yet.
No, he's not a stage baby. So maybe they're going to skip over that one and let, at some point, the musical handle that one. But yeah, Kasen might be. This one might be based off of the game event that we're soon to get with him. And the stage might already know what it is. Because they did this a couple of times with the musicals, with like the announcement of Sengo. They were like, and a special sword that was after Shinken Ranbu, like the first Shinken Ranbu side. They're like, and then like this other sword, and then soon after, when they released Sengo in the game, they're like, oh, here's the actor for Sengo. He's the special 6th sword for the musical, and you're like, okay. They're like, yeah, we've kept this a secret. He's already started rehearsing. What?
Yep.
Obviously did that with Matsui and Kuwana, kind of. More Matsui with Uta Owase. So
They've
It
also,
makes-
if you notice, like the stage clearly knows a little bit more of what's happening in game because they've been hinting about the HRA for a lot before. Because like the game, if you notice, is taking a much darker tone, which currently like everyone's kind of like, I have a lot of thoughts on this. But so like you remember like the previous opening was all majorly like light, while we come out with this opening and it's everyone when you first see them is bloody. And they get better, of course, because Touken don't want to scare people off, but we're now getting like more humanoid HRA, which the stages have done before. So I would not put it past them to know more of the storyline than we do.
I rewatched Hiden yesterday with one of my dear friends, and she had very fun comments that actually lightened my heart during the pain that is Hototogisu, because she couldn't get over Hasabe and Fudo's glowing swords because Hasabe's sword looked like it was wrapped in pasta. But watching Hototogisu's whole story and progression gave me more thoughts on the HRA, and I'm okay with that. heart hurts more on some ends than it should, and I blame Sarah for it.
I love you.
But yeah, the stages, it'll be really interesting to see where it goes. I'm really hoping we'll get to have more answers on certain things. But all in due time. But as you mentioned with Matsui, because Utawase also ended in our musical Citadel, that very long, but also very short. They didn't have as many performances as the amount of time that they had the thing ongoing for as they could have, which was really weird, but they're all very busy, so it makes sense that they were able to, or I'm very glad they were able to keep it as they did. With its wrap up, we were given 2 brand new swords in the Citadel, in our musical Citadel, with Kuwana Go and Matsui Go. And happy little idol bab Kotagiri over here is bouncing and celebrating the sudden increase in his members of his unit, as Buzen was already confirmed for the spring musical. Now Matsui has also been confirmed as that 6th blade, which I was very hopeful that they were going to include another sword somehow, but unlike with how they did it with Sengo, we didn't have stay tuned for the 6th sword. We just had 5 swords announced. But then the 6th member was announced to be Matsui, and he's very excited. Everyone's really excited to have these kids join them in their Touken Ranbu family. It turns out that Kuwanago's actor is actually in the same group as stage Kane-san's actor and our musical Hyuga. They're all 3 in the same collective unit. I don't know if it's
Company.
their company
I think it's
or
their
if
company,
they're
maybe.
like an actual performance unit kind of thing. But regardless, they're all cute friends.
But Kuwana is not announced for a musical yet. He's just kind of
Yeah.
on the sidelines.
He'll be at home working the fields and watching Tombo Kiri. But they all look fantastic. His wig also looks a lot more thicker than any of the other blades who have at least one eye covered.
How does that boy see? It's Gil. That's what.
But the 6th musical also received its subtitle and its visual. So it's Shizuka no Umi no Paraisu, Paraiso, which is the quiet ocean paradise. I don't trust quiet. I don't trust paradise.
And it's not my fault this time.
It's not actually, surprisingly. But practice is underway for that, and everyone's really excited. So it's a little quiet. It'll be more quiet next month, I think. Most of the announcements have been made. It's just we're in limbo.
Practice limbo.
Eden is on the DMM archive. If you want to go and stream that, it is a limited time archive, which is really obnoxious. I think it ends in the next week or 2, so you'll have a couple days probably by the time this goes up. If you want to try streaming, if you haven't already. Everything else is currently in limbo, I believe.
So that wraps everything up for the month of January. Once again, thank you guys listening to our podcast. If you want to keep up to date whenever we post our podcast, you can follow us on Twitter at Touken Rambles and at Facebook on Touken Rambles Podcast. You can find our podcast on Podbean, Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, or any other podcatchers that you may use. Make sure to post those AR photos of your boys. We'll probably make a post about that soon. And we'll keep making a cute thread. I want to see all of them. All right. You guys have a wonderful rest of your February, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Boy.
Bye.